Welcome to the third part of Program Evaluation Essentials. The last video provided an overview of engaging stakeholders and describing the program. In this segment, I will review focusing the evaluation design. Specifically, we will look at writing the evaluation question and the different types of evaluation designs you can choose from. Evaluation questions identify what aspects of a program will be investigated. Evaluation questions can focus on the program as a whole or specific program components. When writing your evaluation questions, make sure they are clear, specific, well-defined, and aligned with your logic model. Evaluation questions should be evaluative, pertinent, reasonable, specific, and answerable. Evaluation questions will be evaluative if they yield answers that provide determinations of merit, worth, or significance, and they directly inform decisions about the program, such as how to improve or modify it, or whether to continue, discontinue, expand, or reconfigure it. Evaluation questions are pertinent if they are relevant to the program's design, purpose, activities, or outcomes, the purpose of the evaluation, and what evaluation users need to find out from the evaluation. Evaluation questions are reasonable if they are linked to what the program can practically and realistically achieve or influence. They should be suitable with regard to the program's scope, maturity, and resources. Evaluation questions are specific questions if they identify what will be investigated in the evaluation. Finally, evaluation questions are answerable if they reflect the real-world constraints on the type and quantity of data that can feasibly be collected, analyzed, and interpreted. The evaluation question you are answering is often dependent on the audience. Different audiences have different uses for the results of an evaluation. As an extension agent, you or your county extension director would be typically interested in finding out answers to questions such as, are we reaching our target population? Are our participants satisfied with our program? Is the program being run efficiently? And how can we improve our program? This differs from, say, local officials who may be interested in finding out is, who is the program serving? What differences has the program made? Is the program reaching its target population? What do participants think about the program? Is the program worth its cost? When you're conducting an evaluation, you need to identify your audience and determine the appropriate evaluation question you're trying to answer. In some instances, you may have multiple audiences with multiple questions. Once you determine your evaluation question or questions, you are to decide what type of evaluation to conduct. Pre-planning is key. You don't want to be in a situation where you've already conducted your program and then realize you need to evaluate it. Let's take a look at the logic model again. Your evaluation questions will guide you to the evaluation type you should use and the portion of the logic model where you'll collect your data. You can use a form of formative evaluation, known as a needs assessment, to answer questions such as, is a new program needed? Or, is what we have adequate? Are there enough prospective clients to warrant such an initiative? What are the characteristics, needs, priorities of my target population? What activities and programs are people interested in using? What are the priorities for some activities over others? What are the barriers to prevent people from accessing the activities? Another form of formative assessment is the process evaluation. Here you're looking at the implementation of the program and program activities to answer questions like, how is the program implemented? Are the activities being delivered as intended? Has the program been implemented with fidelity? Are the participants being reached as intended? And what are the participants' reactions? Summative evaluations look at the program results. Outcome evaluations seek to answer questions like, to what extent are desired changes occurring with program participants? Who is benefiting and who's not benefiting from participating in the program? What seems to work and what seems not to be working? Finally, another type of summative evaluation is impact evaluation. Impact evaluations seek to answer questions such as to what extent can changes be attributed to the program, and do the benefits of the program justify its cost? What are final consequences? And is the program worth the resources it costs? As I mentioned, a needs assessment is a type of formative evaluation that identifies if there's a need for a program or service. By conducting a needs assessment, you can determine if a program or program activity is feasible, appropriate, and acceptable before you implement it. A needs assessment is usually conducted when a program or activity is being developed or when an existing program is being adapted or modified. Needs assessments are useful for determining the adequacy of existing programs, determining the adequacy of existing informal resources, determining who needs a program, how great the need is, and what might work to meet that need, and finally, to obtain data to develop goals and objectives for new programs. A process evaluation is a type of formative evaluation concerned with how the program is delivered and whether the program activities have been implemented as intended. There are a variety of reasons to conduct a process evaluation. You might be interested in demonstrating program accountability and showing the program is accomplishing what it's expected to. You may be interested in program development and improvement and use the information to provide in-depth information about the functioning of services and systems and to pinpoint areas where improvements might be made. If the program achieves a high rate of success, it's desirable to replicate the service and information about clients, staffing, and activities as needed. In this case, you might conduct a process evaluation and share your process information with others. Process evaluation also helps you determine whether program activities have been implemented as intended. The results of a process evaluation will strengthen your ability to report on your program and use the information to improve future activities. It allows you to track program information related to who, what, when, where, questions such as to whom did you direct your program efforts, what has your program done, when did your program activities take place, where did your program activities take place, what are the barriers, facilitators to implement your program activities. An outcome evaluation is a type of summative evaluation used to determine the extent to which the desired changes are occurring. Outcome evaluations measured program effects in the target population by assessing the progress and the outcomes that the program is to address. Outcome evaluations look at if changes occurred in the measured outcomes, if changes were similar across different groups, and if the changes are sustainable. Impact evaluations look at the differences we made in people's lives as a result of the programs we conduct. These programs may be research or teaching and may or may not involve the public directly while they're being delivered, yet the results must ultimately change people's attitudes, behaviors, or benefit society in other ways. Once you've focused your evaluation design, you can begin to gather your supporting data. We'll talk about this next step in the following video.